Hi everybody, I'm Jamie Dunbar, and welcome to our video about 6 simple steps to solve your dog's behavior problems. If you'd like to learn more about the concepts in this video, check out our free course on Dunbar Academy. I'll post a link to it in the description down below. Okay, so the first simple step to resolve your dog's behavior problems is to stop handicapping yourself. If you've watched our other videos, you might already be familiar with this one, but basically, a lot of dog owners are inadvertently throwing away one of the most valuable tools they have for improving their dog's behavior. This would be fine if you were an experienced dog trainer and you could use your voice, your body language, and your timing to train your dog, but if that were the case, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. Now, if you're a regular dog owner with limited dog training expertise, then you can't afford to throw away any tools that will make training easier or more effective. So, with that in mind, the first step is to stop feeding your dog from a food bowl. When you feed your dog from a bowl, it completely devalues food and makes it much less effective for training. So, if you're not going to feed your dog from a bowl, how should you feed your dog? The best thing you can do is feed your dog by hand during training. You can use food as a lure to get your dog to perform specific behaviors and as a reward to reinforce your dog when they do what you want. You can also use food to help your dog form a positive association with a person, place, or thing to help build their confidence. And of course, whenever you hand feed your dog during training, it reinforces your dog's positive associations with you and with training. So, hand feeding your dog during training is incredibly powerful and worthwhile. But admittedly, it does take time and energy. Fortunately, there's another way you can feed your dog that is just as easy as feeding from a bowl, but infinitely better for your dog's education. Your dog will still have to work for the food, so they'll continue to value food, but even better, you can use this method to teach your dog some really wonderful habits that will keep them out of trouble. This is the second step, and it's one of our favorite dog training tips of all time. Put your dog's food into hollow chew toys. If your dog wants to eat, they'll have to play with their chew toy to get the food out. Every piece of food that comes out of the toy will reward them for playing with their chew toy. At first, you can just fill your dog's chew toy with dry kibble, which will fall out easily, but as they get better at emptying their toys, you can do all sorts of things to make it trickier to get the food out. The longer they spend working on getting their food out of their toys, the more they are getting rewarded for chewing their toys, and the more they will love their toys. And if they're chewing their chew toys, they're not chewing your furniture, shoes, or anything else. And they're also not counter surfing or fence fighting, digging up your garden, or barking excessively. Dogs have a lot of free time, and they need an appropriate hobby for when they're looking for something to do. Feeding your dog from hollow chew toys will provide that hobby. The other advantage of a food-stuffed chew toy is that you can use it to teach your dog to enjoy a specific place, which brings us to step 3. One of the most valuable skills a pet dog can learn is to go to their bed and settle down on cue. This will work much better if your dog enjoys spending time on their bed. Fortunately, it's very easy to teach your dog to enjoy spending time on their bed using, yes, you guessed it, a food-stuffed hollow chew toy. One of our favorite things to do with a dog is show them a chew toy, fill it with food, including a couple of extra tasty treats, show the dog the delicious chew toy, and then put the chew toy in the dog's crate and close the door with the dog outside. At first, your dog will be confused. Then they'll be concerned. Then they'll be begging you to let them in. So, let them in. Chances are good they'll start working happily on their chew toy in their crate where they'll settle down. If they try to bring the toy out, you can simply tether the toy to the back of the crate with a short bit of natural fiber string. Now, if they want the toy and the food, they've got to hang out in their crate. You don't even need to close the crate door. In fact, you don't even need to use a crate. You could just use a bed with an eye hook in the wall so you can tether the chew toys in place. Every piece of food your dog eats from their toy will be training them to love spending time settled down quietly in their crate or on their bed. Now that your dog enjoys settling down in their crate, step number 4 is a cinch. In this step, we'll be making sure your dog never pees or poops in the house and instead goes potty promptly on cue so you don't have to wait around for them to do their business. Simply confine your dog to their crate for an hour with a food-stuffed chew toy to keep them occupied. At the end of that hour, take them to their potty and wait there for 2 minutes. If they pee or poop, praise them and reward them with high-value treats, followed by a fun session of their favorite activity. Then put them back in their crate for another hour. If, when you take them to their potty, you wait for 2 minutes and they don't go potty, simply put them back in their crate and try again in 15 minutes. Keep this up until they use their potty successfully so you can reward them with praise, treats, and playtime. After a few days of this, you can start incorporating a cue word like go potty. Your dog will learn that when you say go potty, it means they have to go potty before you will let them do anything fun, like play or explore or go for a walk. They'll also learn that when they use their potty successfully, they get handsomely rewarded. So they will do their best to save their pee and poop for the one place they can cash it in for prizes, their potty. Okay, for our 5th step, we're going to be addressing an entirely different set of problems. This is a type of problem that has become much more common in recent years. These are problems that stem from a dog's anxiety or fear. This includes almost all aggression and reactivity problems, as well as situations where your dog is more obviously afraid. The simple step that you need to use to resolve all of these problems is the same. It's called classical conditioning, and it's actually very simple. You set up a situation where you will have control over whatever it is that scares your dog. Then, you will make that scary thing appear, but only at a low level of intensity, so your dog is uncomfortable but not overwhelmed with fear. Then you make the scary thing disappear, then reappear, then disappear, and so on. Now here's the important part. Whenever the scary thing is present, you praise and reward your dog as best you can. High-value food treats, sweet and loving praise, the appearance of a favorite toy, or the opportunity to play a favorite game are all really great ways to make your dog feel good. When the scary thing goes away, you stop praising and rewarding, and instead you ignore your dog. It's as simple as that. Do it over and over again, your dog will start to enjoy the scary thing because they will have learned that there's nothing to be scared of, and the presence of this supposedly scary thing is actually a sign that good things are coming. Over time, as your dog's confidence grows, you can gradually increase the intensity of the scary stimulus. It's so simple, but it works, and you can use this trick to teach your dog to be comfortable and confident in almost any situation. Okay, now, the 6th and final step is, to be honest, a little more than just a simple step. We could do a million videos about this one step and all the various tricks and techniques you can use to make this step work and maximize its effectiveness. But at its heart, it's still pretty simple. The final step to resolve all of the most common dog behavior problems is to teach your dog to do a specific behavior on cue, reliably and promptly without the need for anything except your voice. The specific behavior you need to teach your dog depends on the misbehavior you are trying to resolve. You want to pick a behavior that, when your dog does this behavior, they can't do whatever other behavior it is that you dislike. So, sit is a very useful behavior and can be used to resolve a huge number of problems like jumping up, running away, chasing, humping, hyperactivity, and so on. But there are lots of other behaviors that are useful, like come, get your chew toy, go to your bed, settle down, shush, off, take it, and thank you. Regardless of what the behavior is that you want to teach, the steps you take to teach that behavior are the same. 1. Give a cue. 2. Lure the behavior. 3. When your dog performs the behavior. 4. Reward the dog. Do this a few times, and your dog will learn to perform the behavior on cue in order to receive a reward. Now, the real work is teaching your dog to actually want to perform that behavior promptly every time you ask without the need for food or other training tools. For tips on that process, you should check out our Dunbar Academy quick tip videos, or you should sign up for the completely free 6 Simple Steps to Solve Your Dog's Behavior Problems course. Okay, let's review the 6 steps. 1. Stop feeding your dog from a food bowl. Instead, feed them by hand during training. 2. If you have any food left over after training, put it in hollow chew toys for your dog to extract. 3. Teach your dog to love hanging out in their crate or on their bed using food-stuffed hollow chew toys. 4. Teach your dog to pee and poop in their potty promptly and on cue. 5. Teach your pup to feel calm and confident in any situation using classical conditioning. And 6. Teach your pup to perform useful skills on cue, reliably and promptly with lure reward training. Okay, that's it for now. We hope these 6 tips help you resolve your dog's behavior problems. And remember, If you want to learn more about these steps, just click on the link in the description below to check out our free course. Thanks for watching Dunbar Academy. I am Jamie Dunbar, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more about dog training and behavior, make sure you visit dunbaracademy.com to check out our selection of courses, many of which are completely free. If you would rather watch more of our videos here on YouTube, just click the links to the right. And if you want to follow us on social media, everything you need is directly below. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications.